symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body. Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. Tell your doctor about all medicines, vitamins, and herbal supplements you take, as certain tests or dosage changes of your other medicines may be needed. Tell them if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to be pregnant or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if allergic to its ingredients. Stop taking and call your doctor right away if you have allergic reaction symptoms. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe like anaphylaxis and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor. Ask your doctor today.
Long, cold winter nights call for a steaming hot Mississippi roast. This savory roast with Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning is slow-cooked ranch perfection. Get the recipe at hiddenvalley.com. Years of hard work. Decades of dedication. Committed to giving back. You've been there, done that, and you're still here for more. So now that you're 50 or older and at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia and IPD, be proactive with Capvaxive, a vaccine specifically designed for adults to help protect against pneumonia and invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strains that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or older, compared with up to 52%.
Touched up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a laugh.
Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system.
Is that right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When safety trust.
William Rutledge is throwing his name into the hat for the 2026 election. Good evening, I'm Ashley Fitzwater.
And I'm Chris Cutter. The announcement comes after Rutledge was appointed to finish out retired Sheriff David Duke's term in September. It was officially shared at a press conference this afternoon. He will be competing against William Norris III in the upcoming March 3rd primary.
7th District Court, where among the many items on the docket was a plea hearing for a man charged in an officer-involved shooting last summer. Michael Baird was charged with aggravated assault of a public servant stemming from August 2024, when a civil standby at an Archer City residence turned violent after police say Baird told his dog to attack an officer before grabbing an improvised edged weapon and running toward the officer, who in turn fired his pistol, striking Baird. Yesterday, during a scheduled announcement hearing in Archer County, Baird pleaded guilty to the pending charge.
From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community. You're watching KFDX 3 News at 10.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Carney Porter.
And I'm Aaron Gonders. With the year coming to a close, many district courts across Texoma are working to resolve as many criminal cases as they can as the holidays approach.
That's led to lots of updates in several cases we've been tracking. Josh Hoggart is joining us now with the very latest. Josh, what can you tell us?
Guys, it seems like I have to give this disclaimer just about every day now, but once again, buckle up. We've got a lot to get to tonight. Starting in Archer County's 97th District Court, where among the many items on the docket was a plea hearing for a man charged in an officer-involved shooting last summer. Michael Baird was charged with aggravated assault of a public servant stemming from August 2024, when a civil standby at an Archer City residence turned violent after police say Baird told his dog to attack an officer before grabbing an improvised edged weapon and running toward the officer, who in turn fired his pistol, striking Baird. Yesterday, during a scheduled announcement hearing in Archer County, Baird pleaded guilty to the pending charge, with presiding Judge Trish Byers suspending a 7-year prison sentence and placing Baird on community supervision for 10 years. And staying in the 97th, a former pastor facing allegations of child grooming has his bond conditions modified by a judge as he continues to await trial. Nathan Roach, who served as youth pastor, then senior pastor of a church in Holiday, was indicted on a charge of child grooming stemming from an alleged ongoing relationship with a teenage girl in his congregation. Back in October, Roach's attorney filed a motion to modify the conditions of his bond, allowing him supervised visitation with his children and younger brother, all of whom are minors. They were all forbidden from being contacted by Roach under the set of his bond. Now, that motion was heard yesterday with Judge Byers granting the request. Roach will now be required to have a competent adult over the age of 25 supervise the visits. And now following up on a story that we reported on recently about the former accountant of Pickers Universe being indicted less than a month ago for embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from the business. Well, before she could even be arraigned on that charge, it's been resolved after she instead pleaded guilty. Cassie Cunningham was indicted on November 5th for theft over $150,000, but less than $300,000. Now, she was set to be arraigned on November 21st, but instead pleaded guilty to the pending charge, resolving the case in a matter of weeks. 89th District Court Judge Dobie Kossub placed Cunningham on a 10-year deferred probation sentence, ordering her to pay the $200,000 in restitution to Pickers Universe in the form of monthly payments of $2,000, as well as to serve 240 hours of community service. And finally, on Friday, Kaylee Lunn, a former Wichita Falls banking vice president, is set to plead guilty to a federal wire fraud charge. Now, she's facing up to 20 years in federal prison and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines, but the details of Lunn's punishment won't be set until her hearing, which is going to happen on 8:30 in the morning on Friday at the Eldon B. Mann United States Courthouse in Fort Worth. Now, I'll be heading down to that federal courthouse on Friday, so keep an eye out on our Facebook page and on KFDX3 News at noon for the very latest on Friday. And there's also a handful of plea hearings later in this week in Wichita County, as well as jury trials setting underway next week. So make sure that you're following us for the latest updates from Texoma courtrooms, both on air and over on our website, texomashomepage.com.
All right, we'll be looking forward to those updates in the coming days and weeks. Josh, thank you so much for that update tonight. Well, the city of Wichita Falls is officially honoring the late Reverend Angus Thompson by naming Borton Street after him. This change will not affect those living on Borton Street. The city recognized the process of changing addresses, utilities, and more. So instead of an official name change, a special sign will be made for Thompson. Multiple people from Thompson's congregation showed up in support. The sign will be installed along Borton Street in the next 60 to 90 days.
All right, now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look outside. And Michael, is a little cooler tonight, but probably won't last too long in the immediate future, right?
Yeah, we are going to be a little bit warmer again tomorrow afternoon than we were yesterday. You look at the satellite radar here. We have generally clear skies across the area. Temperatures outside are looking a little bit chilly, 40 degrees right now in Wichita Falls. We're actually a little bit warmer than we were this time last hour. So it's actually warmed up a little bit here in the last hour. We will eventually get down to the mid-30s overnight tonight, but overall still staying above freezing. We are 9 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday, so a little bit of a warm-up. It's going to be a little bit warmer again for tomorrow, but a cold front is moving through. With that front is a chance for a little wintry mix. I'll talk all about that coming up here in a few minutes, Carney.
All right, we'll see you then, Michael. Thanks so much. Well, you have the chance to help some kiddos have a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. It's all part of Booker T. Washington Elementary's principal, Sinquist Lewis's effort to make sure that each and every student has a gift to open up this Christmas. Right now, they're accepting donations of small...
Too much turkey? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Find huge savings store-wide. And the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.